The creature that emerged from the ground is called the giant cicada monster. It comes out once every 20 years because the next 24 hours are its only time for hunting, and it specifically targets plump, fair-skinned girls to eat. So, those girls better protect themselves. The monster then spotted a well-dressed man in a suit and, pretending to be a starving homeless person, approached him asking for food. The man, feeling sympathetic, was about to call the police to help, but when he turned around, the giant cicada monster had vanished. As the man was left puzzled, the next day, the police discovered the man's body, with all his clothes missing, leaving only a pile of ragged clothing beside him. Suddenly, a woman's scream could be heard from afar, and two policemen rushed over. It turned out that a child had fallen into a deep pit. They worked together to pull the child out, only to find that a skeletal arm came up with the child. Upon closer inspection, they found a decomposed body at the bottom. The police quickly dug up the body, and one of the officers noticed a trail of dirt next to the pit. Coupled with the pile of similarly decayed clothes in the distance, he concluded that there were originally only two bodies, but one of them may have crawled out on its own. At this time, the giant cicada monster had already gone to the river to wash off in the cool water. Afterward, it put on the man's suit and headed to a restaurant, where it devoured meat ravenously. When the waiter asked how long it had been since he last ate, the giant cicada monster replied, "It's been a year. The last girl I caught was too skinny, so I started starving in the 19th year." The waiter was left utterly confused. Later that night, the giant cicada monster went to a bar and targeted a plump, fair-skinned girl. It bought her a drink, but her boyfriend wasn't happy and challenged the monster. The two stepped outside, preparing to settle the matter. Just as the boyfriend was about to make a move,
cheers.
the giant cicada monster swiftly dealt with him. The monster then approached the girl, flirted, and said something charming.
And it shouldn't be too hard to forget him.
It made a loud boast, announcing that it would cover everyone's expenses that night, which successfully won over the girl. After a night of partying and dancing, the giant cicada monster lured the girl to the park from earlier. Under its sweet talk, the girl naively believed she had found true love. But as soon as she turned her head, the giant cicada monster transformed, knocking her out in one blow. With its prey secured, the monster quickly began digging a pit. But just then, the police arrived on the scene. As they drew their guns, preparing to shoot,
What's a girl gotta do to find the right guy in this town?